How's it going, everyone? My name is True Underdog, and today I'll be breaking down the best Spawn combos in every variation. Spawn might not be the fastest character, but he sure knows how to make these combos hurt, so without any further ado, let's break them down step by step. Okay, so first up we have his From Hell variation, and let's start things simple. So we have Vaporizer's Visage. I like this string because it is safe on block, so you don't have to fully commit, and you don't open yourself up for doing it. And if you land this, the most damaging option is Fatal Phantasm and then spin the bar. Just amplify it and look at all that damage. But then if you want some distance, you can do Blaze of Glory instead. Just keep in mind the damage is a bit lower, and also Spawn doesn't really have the best projectiles in this variation, so I don't recommend knocking the opponent far away. So unless they're close to the corner, I really don't recommend ending your combo this way. Alright, and now for something a little bit more complicated. So to start this combo off, we're going to do Fighting the Flebiax. Now the thing is, this string is great for starting off combos, but it's also very punishable on block, which means it's more of a whiff punish. The opponent goes for a move, they miss, you hit him with the cape and start the combo. And then once you launch him, you're going to do Vaporizer's Visage, and once again end with Fatal Phantasm and spin the bar for a bit extra damage. Ooh, so much extra damage. So put the entire combo together and it looks like this. Really not much to it, just make sure not to wait too long before doing Vaporizer's Visage. If you do, you might not get Fatal Phantasm. It's a bit slow on startup. But I do want to point out one thing. So typically after doing Fighting the Flebiax, you can also do the King of Hell instead, and you get a little bit more damage than if you do Vaporizer's Visage. I just find this string is a lot more reliable and it's a bit more consistent when comboing, especially in a bad connection. But if you do want a little extra damage, then King of Hell will be your go-to option. However, since we are in the gun variation, I think it's important to show a gun combo. So this one starts off similar with Fighting the Flebiax, but then you want to dash forward and do I'm Already Dead really early, and then cancel that into Gun Blazing and then amplify it. Now the timing here can be a bit more strict. Once again, you want to dash pretty early and do I'm Already Dead very soon. So put the entire combo together and it looks like this. Now if you do it correctly, the meter burn gunshots will not drop, but once again you're left very far away, which is what I feel like Spawn doesn't want in this variation, so if they're not near the corner, I don't recommend this combo. But at the same time, it just looks really cool and I wanted to show off a gun combo. Now if you have the opponent cornered, the combos really don't change that much, but after Fighting the Flebiax, you can actually do Low Claw twice in a row, and then do its All About Power into Fatal Phantasm and get a little bit extra damage. Now if doing 2 Low Claws is a bit too tough, you can just do 1 and then it's All About Power into Fatal Phantasm and the damage is still pretty good. So put the entire combo together and it looks like this. And there you go, about 32% for 1 bar, and that's not too bad because this isn't the combo heavy variation. However, in saying that, the combo can get a bit crazy if Spawn is in the corner, so you want to start off with this forward throw because that crushing blows when Spawn is in the corner. And then once you have him staggered, you want to just hold up because he'll jump as soon as possible that way, and then just do the Betrayer, which is jumping 1, so jumping square. And after that, the combo is pretty much the same, Fighting the Flebiax and then Vaporizer's Visage, and then end with Fatal Phantasm, so just like this. And spin the bar because you want the extra damage. Alright, put the entire combo together and it looks like this. And there you have it, 45%. Pretty darn crazy for just 1 bar, and the opponent can't escape until way late in the combo, so still a lot of guaranteed damage. Now I have seen some people do a jumping 2 instead of a jumping 1, but honestly the hitbox is just not that good, and unless you land it as early as possible, you're gonna drop the combo, so in my opinion it's just not worth it. It's better to do jumping 1, the damage isn't that much different. Once again, this variation is more about mix-ups than it is combos, so for example he has the overhead right here, but you can instead go for a low, and the timing is almost the exact same, so it's very tough to even fuzzy guard. So you have a mid-low or you have a mid-overhead, and that's what makes this variation shine. He has that, and he also has the stance cancel out of it as well. So all those mix-ups make this build scary, and it also has some decent zoning at around jumping distance as well, but the combos aren't that crazy yet. And next up, let's talk about variation 3, because variation 2 can get a little bit crazy, so let's keep it a bit simpler for now. So once again, we're starting off with Fighting the Flebiax. However, we're going to do I'm Already Dead this time around because the move has a bit more pickup and can also special cancel that much sooner. So for example, we can do Hell Chain. And then if you want to after that, you can hold down the amplify and then go invisible. And then once you're invisible, you can actually do the exact same combo again, or you can intentionally miss the first hit, so it's a surprise overhead that catches the opponent crouching, and then do the same combo again. I'm already dead into Hell Chain. And then when you amplify, you'll get the crushing blow for a decent amount of damage. So real quick, here's an example of what that setup looks like. Boom, and as you can see, the opponent's already over half dead with those two different combos, and we're still invisible, so we can still go for a mix-up or two afterwards. Now, of course, do be warned that took all of our resources, all of our defensive bar and our offensive bar. Now, they do refill rather quickly with this setup, but even so, you do lose access to all the resources, so just keep that in mind. And Spawn can also end his combos a different way in this variation, so instead of doing Hell Chain, you can do Lethal Stance and just hold down. That way you get the low version, which does more damage, and then if you want to spin the bar, you get even more damage still. So here's an example of what that combo looks like. As you can see, we're getting almost 30%, which is pretty nice in this variation because once again, it's not the combo heavy one. And then if you want something a bit more simple for the neutral, you can do Vaporizer's Visage and once again into the low stance and choose to spin the bar. And then if you want something a bit riskier but does give a bit more damage as a whiff punish, you can do the King of Hell into lethal low stance. Boom, and then there you go. Just keep in mind, if you don't spin the bar, it will switch sides, and you also don't get quite as much damage. Boom, about 15%. Not a ton, but it is something really good in the neutral. Now in the corner, things are a bit different because a lot of these unique special moves to this variation are just a bit too slow, or either just don't net you enough damage to be worth it in the corner. So instead, to end the combos, you want to do Necroblast, because up close it actually hits twice, and then you can spin the bar for even more damage. So it's a pretty good option in the corner. And once again, the corner combo is more or less the same. You're going to do Fighting the Flebby Axe, and then you're going to do 1 or 2 low claws, depending on what makes you comfortable. And then you're going to end with I'm Already Dead into Necroblast, and if you want maximum damage, you can spin the bar. Now, alright, so put the entire combo together, and it looks like this. And there you go, almost 30%. Not quite, but not too bad for the mix-up heavy grappler variation. Alright, so now we have variation 2, otherwise known as the 1. Now for this variation, I'm gonna break up every combo into 2 sections. You have the normal combos, and then you have the crazy big boy combos for extra damage. And yes, this first combo is the regular one. Once again, pretty combo heavy variation. So to start things off, once again, I prefer Vaporizer's Visage because it's a safe on-block option. But once that second hit lands, you're gonna do Charging Hellspawn and then spin the bar. And once you launch them, you're gonna do Jumping 1, the Betrayer. And then when you land, you wanna do Back from Hell, and then cancel into Fatal Phantasm and spin the bar for extra damage. So this combo does cost 2 bars, but as you're about to see, it does a lot of damage. Alright, so put the entire combo together and it looks like this. Ooh, there we go, and 37%. Not too bad for a standing combo. And of course, if you start things off with a jump in, you get even more damage. But now we have the big boy version, and this combo is more or less the same, but with a few key differences. First up, we're starting off with King of Hell. You can still do this string if you want instead, but just to show the maximum damage, we're gonna do King of Hell. And then once we launch the opponent with Charging Hellspawn, instead of doing Jump in 1, we're gonna do Jumping 2, and then Glide, and then Jumping 2 again. It's not the easiest thing to do, but once you perfect it, you get maximum damage. However, once Spawn lands, he's gonna be too far away for a 1-1 or even a 2-4. So instead, we're gonna do Spinning K7, and then cancel that first hit into Fatal Phantasm, and then Amplify. Alright, so put the entire combo together, and it looks like this. Oh, and there you go, 43%, and it's a very satisfying combo. You may have noticed that I mashed the Amplify. Please don't judge me, I just want to guarantee I get that Amplify for maximum damage. Now, my main advice for this combo is to not mash the jump in, just let it come naturally. So do a jump in 2, and then do the input for the glide, and then once the glide comes out, just press 2 once again. I find if you mash, the game will actually mess up your landing frames, and you can't do the Spinning K7 as early as possible. So in other words, if you try to mash like this, then the game won't let you attack as soon as you land, or it might give you the wrong input. So just don't mash the buttons, do Jumping 2, Glide, and then Jumping 2 again. Do not mash, that way when you land, you can do Spinning K7 and then Fatal Phantasm for maximum damage. Alright, and now it's time for a Whiff Punish combo. Once again, Fighting the Flebby Axe is very punishable on block, but it's a great way to start off combos without spending any bar. So we're gonna do that, into Vaporizer's Visage, and then charging Hellspawn, once again spin the bar, and then right away, as soon as you're able to, you want to do Back from Hell into Fatal Phantasm and spin the bar. If you do that all correctly, you're going to net over 40% damage. Boom, and there you go, 406, just a little over 40% damage, pretty crazy and not very tough to do. And this particular combo actually doesn't have a big boy version, so for now let's move on to the corner. Alright, so this time we're starting things off with the big boy combo because otherwise the corner combo is pretty much the same as mid-screen. So to start things off, we're doing Vaporizer's Visage, and then we're doing Charging Hellspawn. Just make sure not to jump forward this time. Now you want to jump straight up and do the kick. And then once that jumping kick lands, you want to do glide and then kick again, like you saw me just do there. Now the key here is to just not press the glide button too soon. Give your fingers time to do that quarter circle back motion, otherwise the game just might not give it to you. But then once you start the glide, you do want to kick again as early as possible. And then once you land, you want to do Back from Hell into Fatal Phantasm and then spin the bar. Alright, put the entire combo together and it looks like this. Boom, and there you go, 40% in the corner. It's honestly not the easiest combo to do. Doing the jump and glide cancel can get a bit tricky. Once again, my best advice I can give is to just not try and do the glide too fast, otherwise you may press triangle before the quarter circle is done. And then once you do glide, just kick again as soon as possible. I recommend waiting to see him do the glide before pressing kick again. If you mash it, you may not get the kick as early as you want it. You may miss the window. So typically you want to kick, glide, wait to see the glide, and then kick. Okay, but now what if Spawn is in the corner? Now the combo here is pretty much the exact same, only you have the jump in 1 after the forward throw crushing blow. Outside of that, the combo is pretty much the same as it is from mid-screen, so let's see the whole thing put together. Oh my god, and there you have it, 53%. We're getting over half health without a fatal blow. That's just crazy. Alright, but now we have the biggest of big boy combos for Spawn. This one is actually quite complicated and fairly difficult to do. So to start things off, it's business as usual, a forward throw with Spawn in the corner. And then once the opponent's staggered, you're going to do his jumping 1 and then glide and then jumping 1 again. So already we're getting more damage for doing 2 jump ins back to back, and that's important. And then after that second jump in, you're going to do King of Hell into Charging Hellspawn and then Amplify. And here comes the toughest part of the combo, right? Once again, you're going to jump and do 2, and then cancel that into glide once again, and then do jumping 2 on the way down, and then once you land, spinning K7, and then Final Phantasm and Amplify. Once again, a very long combo, and to make things a bit easier, you can just not do a double jump in at the start. The damage isn't that much different. However, if you want maximum damage, here's the entire combo once you put it together. And can you believe it, 53% without any fatal blow. That's pretty nuts, but once again, a pretty complicated combo. And after that, all we have are the fatal blow combos, which are actually quite easy by comparison. Alright everyone, and that's about it for Spawn's bread and butter combos in Mortal Kombat 11. But if you know of any better combos, please post them in the comment section down below to help everyone out. And then while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. It really does help my channel out a ton. And then why not keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing that bell. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdogs.